Welcome to This Day. I'm Lisa Hart, and today is Saturday, and it's May 2nd. Thank you for joining us today. On our show, we have a treat. We went to a club that has almost 300 members, the Wine Lovers Club, and we actually did a wine tasting, so that'll be super fun. That'll be coming up in just a bit. And then I also have some information about social distancing. I know we've been hearing a lot about it, but just to clarify what social distancing really means, we'll go over a few slides that are about that. Now, let's go ahead and look at our resources that we normally give you. We have cdc.gov, and of course that has all the information that you're going to need regarding social distancing, wearing a mask, COVID-19 information, some latest information regarding that. Then you can also go to ochealthinfo.com, and that is where you're going to get all of your numbers of testing, age ranges, and that is by our county, and it also can be looked up by city, so you can see the numbers per city. Then you can email us at, you could go to another website called usa.gov/coronavirus. And that particular website is where you can see the governor's directives and how he plans to reopen our state. And so you can follow along. We will try to give you as much information as we can as we get it. You can also go to our website, which is lagunawoodsvillagealerts.com. And you can email us at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com, or you can listen to our recorded hotline, 949-268-2019. Now let's take a look at our weekend weather. It is gorgeous this weekend. It seems like every day is looking pretty darn good, not too hot. So we're really lucky. We've got today's weather. It's going to be about 76, 56, sunshine again tomorrow, 75, 57, and pleasant on Monday, 77, 56. Now let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset. Our sunrise this morning is 6:01, and our sunset is 7:35. Now we've got a lovely photo that was sent to us by our own Mark Weiss. Thank you, Mark. He was on the boardwalk and he saw this, and it is a tribute to the folks that perished in the helicopter crash with Kobe Bryant. So thank you so much, Mark, for sending that in. And then also, if you have a photo that you'd like to share with our community, send it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right after this, we are going to go on a wine tasting Zoom tour with the Wine Lovers Club. We'll be right back. Treat for everybody. We are joined by Judy and Kathy from the Wine Club, and the Wine Club has, just shy of 300 members. So, well, ladies, congratulations on getting all those members, and thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
Great. Considering the coronavirus, this is probably the brightest day of my life in a long time.
Kathy?
Yeah, I'm doing great. We can't complain. We're comfortable in our homes. So.
Exactly. And we've been doing a lot of these Zoom interviews, and it seems like people really are doing all right. I mean, they're heeding the advice of staying at home. They're using their masks. They're doing everything they need to do. Now, of course, wine tasting is a little bit different because you're not with each other, right? So you're probably doing things that are not normal. So, Judy, let's start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the Wine Club, and then we'll talk about some of the things that you guys are doing differently now that we're at stay-at-home orders.
Okay. Well, like it says, we just had our first year anniversary the end of February. And I always say a busy club is a fun club, so we try to do a lot. Last year, we had a Royal Princess cruise for our first cruise. We had 3 beautiful wine tastings that the sommeliers on the ship did for us. About every 2-3 months, we have a bus trip for the day, and we go to different wineries. We just went to Temecula, I believe, in February, and we went to 3 wineries, and that was just a lot of fun. We were supposed to leave last week on the 25th of April for our Pacific Coastal Cruise, and of course that got canceled. And depending on what's still going on with the virus, we'll probably have to continue a June trip that we have scheduled to Santa Barbara, a Santa Ynez winery tour, and ending in Solvang.
Yes, you guys do sound busy. So at this time, now that you can't travel, what are some of the things that you guys are doing with the members?
Well, we did attempt a couple of weeks ago to have a virtual wine tasting by one of the wineries that we had gone to in Temecula. It kind of didn't end up having a lot of people. So now we're going to work with Kirk Green from Total Wine and see what they can work with us to do as far as a virtual tasting for our club.
Yeah, it is a little bit different. I mean, I know we've got our wines here that you provided me. Thank you so much. And I think it's a little different. And actually, many people don't know how to use Zoom. It's really not hard, but there are an awful lot of people who just don't know how to use it. So there's another app you could do called House Party.
Oh.
Yeah, that's another one. Check out House Party. That might be easier for some. It's a little bit, I don't know. I mean, you'll have to see how it goes. Kathy, what are you finding to be a little bit challenging during these times with your wine?
Well, I'm the only one in our household that drinks wine, and or any alcohol, since my husband doesn't, and I don't really like drinking alone. So I have to, you know, use my Zoom time with friends and stuff to have a glass of wine or something. So I don't feel like I'm just becoming an alcoholic.
Sales of alcohol and wine have definitely gone up, you know, and I'm with you, you know, I'm home alone and I got the dog and I'm like, well, Caesar, let's have a glass of wine.
Yeah, so I miss my friends for doing that activity. So.
Right.
You know what really surprised me was we heard from our person that's in charge of membership, Don Smith, and he actually had a couple that had just moved into the village a few weeks ago, and they walked to his house after they looked up, you know, the wine club, and gave him a check and membership paperwork to join. And of course, we don't even know when we're going to be allowed to open back up. But I told Kathy, I says, isn't it amazing? People still want to join, and we don't even have meetings.
I know. Well, you know, it is challenging times and people want to belong. And I think that's one thing that's really been great about our community is that even though people are quarantined, they still find lots of great ways to communicate. We've been trying to reach out to as many people that are residents here just to kind of find out how they're doing. And everyone is really finding a lot of things to do. So with that in mind, obviously we have some wine and wine glasses in front of us. Tell me if you were to have a Zoom wine tasting, let's kind of do a mini one. Tell me what we would do.
Okay, well, we are not wine experts. We are exactly what our club name implies, and that's wine lovers. However, a typical meeting, we will invite a wine expert or a wine connoisseur. This month in April, we were supposed to have a theme, April in Paris, and it was going to be done by Total Wine, and obviously we were going to be having a presentation of French wines and several tastings. So what we've done today is we're going to present two wines that actually Total Wine has presented to our club before. And I don't know about you, Kathy, but these two in particular have kind of become my husband's and my favorites. And so do you want us just to go into the wine tasting?
Yeah, let's do that. First of all, tell me about the wines that we are tasting, and then we'll just do a quick tasting, and you don't need to go completely into the full. I think we don't have that much time. So maybe just a mini one.
Okay, well, today I'm presenting 2017 cab. It's called Carson Ridge, and I'm pairing it with, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm pairing it with brie and salami and crusty bread. My favorite, cab, bread, and cheese. And it's a bold wine. It pairs well with steaks and cheese, Italian food, chocolate, of course.
Oh, yum.
And I even enjoy it with spicy foods like Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've just learned from some of our presentations is as you swirl it, here's looking at you ladies, as you swirl it, it kind of develops the bouquet of the wine. And as you smell it, the nose kind of tells me that it probably has a lot of dark fruit, chocolate, oak.
Yeah, wow.
And
That's good.
they say that it is a medium bodied as far as the tannins and the acidity. And it's also a medium priced wine. Depending on how many bottles you purchase, you can get it from anywhere from $10 to $20. So it's kind of become one of my favorites because I like dark red wines. And Kathy's also going to be presenting a Kirk Green Total Wine pick that he presented at our club. And I don't usually go for Chardonnays, but my husband and I like this Chardonnay.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a Mallee Point, and it's from southeastern Australia,
all right.
which is a wine region I didn't know much about because I'm more knowledgeable of the Yarrow Valley in that area. But this is the lower part of Australia toward the southern point, and they have quite a nice wine region.
Mhm.
And they specialize. Their largest wine they produce is Chardonnay.
Okay.
It's the dominant wine for that region. And this one's really good. I'm not a Chardonnay drinker. I usually find it too dry, acidic, oaky, as Judy said. But this one is very light, but it has a really nice fruit bouquet. And it also has a little touch of sweetness.
Yeah.
And I don't find it dry at all. So this would still pair really well with fish or any kind of light food. And I prepared a dish, a platter that you would use. It's a mild cheese and some fruit, and that would go really well with this particular wine.
Right, and
it's also one of Kurt's bargain price wines.
Oh,
so it's a really good deal.
So what are we looking at in price on that one?
Under $10 for the bottle.
You know, when
that's about our price range, yeah.
When I smell it, it smells a little bit like a couple of other ones that are higher priced, like Sommelier. Smells a little like that one, and also smells a little like Rombauer.
Yeah, so it's a good buy and a really tasty Chardonnay for me.
Here, I'm just gonna taste it right now. Where's your cup?
Okay, I didn't open the bottle because I can't drink it all by myself.
Well, I'll taste mine.
So you can taste it and let me know what you think.
It's mild.
Very good.
Mild, yes, and it would go lovely in the afternoon.
Right.
Or now, I guess you can sit outside and enjoy the weather and enjoy your cheese and fruit and your wine.
Yeah.
Well, one of our presentations in the future, whenever we do get to start having meetings, is this one sommelier that went with us to the Temecula wine trip. He's going to do a presentation on what is that called, Kathy? Lower shelf wines, and that's what Kirk from Total Wine also calls the bargain wines. And I liked that Chardonnay so much, I went to look for it, and I looked at the lower shelf, and sure enough, it was there. And really, I don't like very many white wines, and especially with this heat, it's very refreshing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is a very nice wine. Now, let me taste the red, because I didn't get a chance to do that. Let me see.
Well, I'll taste it again then.
I do like red with so many of the things that you mentioned, and I find it a great digestive. So when you eat heavy food like that, you can have your wine, and it just kind of helps. So
right.
Food, but that one's pleasant too. Girls, you did a good job. Thanks for those. Those are awesome.
Thank you.
Both are very knowledgeable of the wine. So, I mean, that's kind of a nice thing because you don't have to be knowledgeable of wines to belong to the wine club. You just have to like to drink wine, right?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we don't always have a sommelier or a wine connoisseur do a presentation and tastings. Depending on what's going on with the season, we might just have someone that's well versed with food and wine. Our very last meeting we were able to have was Mardi Gras, and we had invited Chef Connie Smith. She's one of our own villagers. And she did some beautiful signature dishes for Mardi Gras. And it was the very first time we had a band. And we had a new group called the Flukes.
Oh gosh.
I told Kathy, I says, you know what? We developed that spirit of Mardi Gras because everybody just jumped in and danced and, you know, they just had a great time. So that was our last meeting. So depending on what's going on with the season or a holiday, it might be, you know, a speaker that's just well versed with food and wine. But I think our very next one will be Kirk. And I guess I can't call it April in Paris, but we'll find something to call it for, you know, doing a presentation for French wines.
Right. Well, that's good. And Kathy, I know there's one last thing I wanted to touch on is the Vino app, and that's a free app that you can get on your phone. And tell us just real quick about the app.
Does this look backwards?
No, it doesn't. It's perfect.
I looked at it and thought, it looks backward. But it's Vivino, so it's really easy to spell. And you can find it in your app store, whether you're iPhone or Android. And it's easy to download. And what it does that is so great is it will scan the label. Mm-hmm. So you're at the store and you see all these fantastic wines, but you know nothing about them. You might even see a wine that's very inexpensive. And you're like, oh, it probably tastes terrible. Well, you can take your smartphone and scan the label, and up it'll come in the catalog of wines that they have, that Vivino has, and it'll tell you what the rating is, alcohol content, things about the winery, all kinds of information about the flavors and the price range. So that makes you feel very secure about what you're buying.
Yeah.
When you have that information. So
Right.
it's a great app.
It does, I think, pricing too, so you can kind of see what you should be paying.
Right. And may I just say real quickly that we're always asking each other, well, I guess we're doing something right because we're growing, but here is the feedback we get the most from people. So I wanted to remember to say it. And that is, people say that they just love to come, break bread, have a glass of wine, and visit with their neighbors or make some new neighbors and new friends. You know, we have a lot of bands and wonderful musicians that I dearly love in the community, but that's what has really surprised me is that I guess we're on a roll that people just love to break bread, drink a glass of wine, nosh, and visit, you know.
I love it. Now, how can people get a hold of you if they're interested?
We have a website up for the wine club, and we also have a telephone number on that website that they can contact us. Okay. And I believe also we have on the website our current events and our future events.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, good. Well, thank you so much. Well, ladies, this has been so much fun. Thank you for my wine. I appreciate it.
You're looking at you, girls.
All right.
Here's to life after the virus.
Oh, yeah. Life after the virus. Well, thank you, ladies. Have a great day. Try not to drink too much wine today. And Kathy, we look forward to drinking wine with you again soon.
Okay, good. I got to get my wine on again.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome, ladies. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And we'll be right back after this. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's important for you to get your financial house in order. And so it breaks my heart sometimes when I see widows that come in with $100,000, $200,000 to their name, and yet their broker has lost $200,000 or $300,000 in the market when they shouldn't even have been in the market. The most satisfying part that I find in working with retirees is when they come in on their annual reviews and the market has had a bad turn, and we know that we can sit down and look at them and say, you haven't lost any money.
At Freedom Village Assisted Living, we provide loving care and support when your loved one needs it most. We believe in laughing more and caring more. Dining will be an experience, not just a meal. We offer opportunities to create new memories. Your family will feel like they are part of our family as we work toward creating an extraordinary difference in lives worth living. To schedule a tour and complimentary lunch and for more information, please call us at 949-340-8108 or visit our website, freedomvillage.org.
Hi, I'm John Bowser-Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha-Na-Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for peace.
Welcome back. So social distancing, of course, has been the #1 priority here over the last several weeks. And so I wanted to go over why it's important for us to social distance. Now, the definition of social distancing is, of course, standing at a particular distance that is basically what they have said from a scientific perspective. So social distancing is deliberately increasing the physical space between people to avoid spreading the illness. Now, it's based on a minimum of 6 feet away from other people, and this is what they're determining is lessening the chance of us catching coronavirus. Now, on the next slide, it's going to talk to you about examples. So, of course, working from home instead of working in an office, which many people are doing now. Closing schools or switching to online classes. As you might know, Emeritus has done that. Visiting loved ones by electronic devices instead of in person. I'm sure you're well aware of that one. And canceling or postponing conferences and large meetings, which of course the Recreation Department has done. And hopefully we'll be able to start doing those things, in the coming weeks as the governor reopens the state of California. Now, also, why is social distancing so important? As we had mentioned, of course, it helps prevent coronavirus and COVID-19, but not just so much that, but also we're flattening the curve. So meaning if we don't get coronavirus and don't get COVID-19, the inconvenience or the overload on our hospitals will be lessened by a lot. So that's also helping lower the curve as well, meaning that we will be able to release people from the hospital quicker. We won't have had as many deaths, and we won't have as many cases. So, it's doing the social distancing and the mask wearing that we've all been doing for the last 6 weeks is really helping, California and Orange County really keep the numbers much lower than some other states. Now, the spread of coronavirus and COVID-19, of course, has been a rapid situation, and the government is doing everything necessary to protect people from getting sick. So social distancing, I know, feels like an inconvenience right now, but of course, it is the best thing that you can do on top of using your mask to help us, flatten that curve and keep everybody healthy. So there you go, social distancing. Now, I wanted to go over a couple of things. We've got some information to share with you. First and foremost, we have a movie today. And our movie is going to be Hunt for Red October. And that will be at 3 p.m. with subtitles and then 6 p.m. without. And it is a story based on the popular Tom Clancy novel. Suspense movie tracks Soviet submarine Captain Marco Ramius Sean Connery. Abandons his orders and heads for the east coast of the U.S. He is equipped with the innovative stealth technology, the Ramius submarine Red October, which is virtually invisible. It also stars Alec Baldwin, who is playing the CIA agent Jack Ryan. So that will be today at 3 p.m., and that's brought to you by Hogue. So thank you, Hogue, for that. And it'll be at 6 p.m. as well. Now, let's take a look at our Saturday music for the day. We have some things that we wanted to tell you about. A lot of great stuff this weekend. So they're having the WOW's Jazz Festival in place, and that is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. all day, all those days that are shown there. And you can log on to wwoz.org. So best of New Orleans music, just for the fun of it, you know, why not? We might as well do that. All right, and census. Just so you know, you guys are doing such a great job that you have raised the percentage to be one of the highest in the nation. Yes, you guys have gotten to 72%. Now, there are a couple more areas that are a little higher than you, not by much. So let's get those censuses in, help us get to the 18,000 number. Let's get 100%, and let's beat those other areas. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather one more time for the 3 days, looking beautiful. We've got 77 today, I believe, 76 today, 56 overnight, 75 tomorrow, 57, and then pleasant on Monday, 77, 56. So all in all, a glorious weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Stay healthy, stay safe, and we will see you again on Monday. Bye-bye.
Before the next earthquake, take 30 seconds to refresh your memory about these important disaster preparedness tips. Make a family emergency plan. Decide how you'll get in touch with each other, where you'll go, and what you'll do in an emergency. Build a disaster supply kit with enough water, food, and emergency supplies to last at least 3 days. It's important to have disaster supply kits for work, cars, and pets too. Find and fix items in your home that might hurt someone by moving, breaking, or falling during an earthquake. Know how to react safely when the ground shakes. If you're inside, stay there. Remember to drop, cover, and hold on. Drop down onto your hands and knees and cover your head and neck with your arms to protect yourself from falling objects. If you can move safely, crawl under a sturdy desk or table and hold on to one of the legs until the shaking stops. After an earthquake, help people who are hurt or trapped. Call 911 for emergencies only. Check your home for damage, including gas or water leaks, damaged wiring, or downed power lines. Protect your family and your home by making a plan, building a kit, and practicing disaster drills at least twice a year. Be sure to visit readyoc.org for more information on emergency preparedness and alertoc.com to sign up for emergency alerts and notifications. We want you to be prepared for a disaster just as much as you do.